It's a beautiful day and good morning to you. This is Tarantino News coming at you live from Universal headquarters. I'm currently located in the throne room studio in Little Vatican of Universal headquarters. And Tarantino News is also coming to you in conjunction with Unity the Movement. And always check out Unity the Movement at unitythemovement.world. And we're just happy to be here, happy to be alive, happy to breathe again, happy to be conscious, coherent, and cognizant, you know, of our faculties and our surroundings. So it's a beautiful day. We take nothing for granted. I think it's called being clothed in our right minds. So we are definitely happy and joyous to be clothed in our right minds. Knowledgeable. I have family members. I ask them, how old are you? And then they look very intently. They still have enough sense to put their hand on their chin, maybe stroke their beard a little bit, or at least rub their chin a little bit, possibly scratch their head. But after they do all that, they say, I don't know. How old am I? I might ask them, what day is it? They may do the same thing with the chin and the top of the head. And then they may say, what's a day? How old are you? And they answer similarly. So we're happy to be clothed in our right minds, still kind of know what's going on, be attached to society, and be able to find these commonalities are very common, because these things can become distant within the recesses and the annals of our minds in an instant. In an instant, common knowledge can become distant, and it sometimes can be very tough to recapture. It may be lost forever. So I know sometimes we have plans, but please don't conspire wickedly in your cognitions, because too many of those add up, and you may be able to lose. You may lose the ability to think. Okay, so we're happy that this is New Year's Eve, 2020. We are on the precipice of entering a new decade. We're about to enter the 20s. This is the end of the teens. You end counting with 10. So the first year of the decade was 2011. This is the last year of the decade in 2020. We should all be seeing it a little more clear. Now we should be able to see things a little more clearly. We should know exactly what it is. Sometimes we say it is what it is. One amendment I like to add to that statement is, it is what it is, but it ain't what it seems. Okay, so we have to always pierce a little further into the reality that we are facing. So, happy New Year's Eve to everyone. Let's cross this finish line together. There will be some that perish, and I'm no guaranteed that I'll be making it through, but I'm very hopeful, and I won't be reckless tonight. I won't be reckless today. I was just told, before I bring in and usher in the new year, Lieutenant Dan style, then I'd be much better off spending a little quality time with my mother. So, I will not crash out. Like the young people tell me, don't be no crash dummy. So I don't plan on being a crash dummy tonight, and neither throughout the day. I may do a little fishing. I might do a little fishing, but I'll be bringing out my tackle box rod and reel early, so I can see what direction the day may be headed. And then if it goes a certain way, I might clean that fish and enjoy that fish. But if I don't catch anything, I won't just make the waters produce fish. I'll be shutting it down a little early, and not overseeing, but paying attention to family, mother, sister, whoever it might be, as they prepare those black-eyed peas and cabbage greens for New Year's Day. So New Year's Eve is just like drinking alcohol. Enjoy responsibly. Enjoy New Year's Eve responsibly. And I know in a small town to a big city, it's very important that we enjoy all things responsibly this year. And as the alcohol industry lets us know, we need to enjoy things in moderation because, in terms of care, if we do find ourselves stumbling and in need of assistance, there have been warning signs, there have been commercials. Now it's been making local news, national news, and even global news that medical professionals and medical institutions will be rationing care. Okay, so we don't want to receive care rations. That's basically presuming before you even enter the medical facility, whether it be hospital or clinic, they're assuming if you have certain issues that you have not been obedient to the guidelines, rules, and regulations of the CDC. And it could have happened to you, something could have happened to you purely by just what situation you found yourself in. It was unavoidable. But the warnings that have been heralded are that people who come into these facilities requiring or requesting assistance will be receiving rationed care. You know, you won't be getting our best shot. We'll just get you something like you're a hungry child, or maybe you've been on a long journey and you're hungry and you say, I'm ready to eat. And then somebody tosses you a fudge round and says, a little Debbie, and they say, hey, let that tide you over. So that's what you'll be getting at the hospitals beginning a few weeks ago. But they have been warning us, more people continue to flock to the hospital, then we will begin rationing care, giving everybody a degree of what we could do so that everybody could get something. I mentioned fudge round. This is another point about eating healthily, because this is the deal we made. This is the pact that we entered. We said we'd be doing 3 things. I may not remember them all, but one of those things was eating healthily. And what I can tell you right now is an avocado is cheaper than a little Debbie fudge round. That little Debbie fudge round, you know, somebody might can trace it to when it was a 1 cent, but I can definitely remember when they were 25 cents. And now that little Debbie, that fudge round is 59 cents. And avocado, even a high-priced avocado, is 2 for $1. So, you know, you do yourself a lot of favors just by eating healthily, you know, making the right choices, putting things inside your body that are designed to fight, you know, fight infection, fight disease, you know, fight chronic health issues. You know, just let's try to eat healthily. And I know that one other thing that we said that we would do, besides eat healthily, we said we will get plenty of rest. I would love to say we need to get plenty of sleep, but sleep has more to do with just your body being tired. You know, your spirit also has to be at peace in order to get some quality sleep. So the wrestling that you may be doing within your spirit, you know, the invisible parts of yourself, they can impact the amount of sleep you get. Okay. And then, you know, somebody might say, I'm restless. But even though you're restless, you can still get rest. Just by being still, your body will recover. So don't allow wars going on in your mind, wars going on in your soul, wars going on in your heart. Don't allow them to prevent you from getting rest. They may prevent you from getting sleep, but do not allow them to prevent you from getting rest. Sitting down, possibly propping your feet up, laying down, not exerting your body. Give your body some time to recover, and then give your mind, your heart, and your spirit, soul, some time to heal, because there will be no sleep if you find yourself in that condition. Maybe you may get a couple winks in. If you fought coronavirus or any type of respiratory infection, you realize how important breathing is when you try to sleep, because it's such an involuntary action. You'll fight through it while you're woke, because I gotta breathe, I gotta breathe. But when you want to kind of shut it all the way down, lay down, curl up, and things of that nature, that involuntary action, it shows you how necessary it is for you to pay attention to it. It's not just happening naturally in terms of breathing. You got to fight to breathe. It causes a little problem in terms of getting some quality sleep. So let's try to take care of ourselves. I know they said orange juice helps in these kind of situations. I remember we used to fight the flu with a little orange juice or something like that. But I'm under the impression that oranges are better than orange juice. Grapes are better than grape juice, and so on and so forth. So do your very best to consume wisely. I won't knock orange juice, because if I'm at the gas station and they don't have any bananas, that's one thing I will say. Open your eyes when you go to certain places, because the world is wising up. Back in the day, I used to have to travel 70 blocks to get to a healthy meal. But now a lot of your run-of-the-mill gas stations or convenience stores, they have a little stand with some bananas and some oranges and maybe some apples. So survey your selections and survey your choices, and make the very best choices that you can make. Nobody's paying me, but I'm not going to endorse this place, but you're not paying me. But I will mention it because they're one of the few places I've seen. Love's is a truck stop. Love's normally does have some type of fruit stand in all their locations. So I will say, if you have a choice between Texaco or Chevron, and then they may have a Love's up the road, that Love's may have something a little bit better for you, something that will sustain you rather than simply tiding you over. So, we're wrapping it up this year. And one thing that I've discovered just through this wrap up of the decade is I'll choose Love's over a lot of other places, because there's so many temptations inside the stores. We did say that we would talk about the song of the year. So I had to give us our little rundown of the song of the year. Number 3 on our list for song of the year, Feel Good. Feel Good Vibe. And I believe the name of the song is On My Soul. I believe the artist performing this song is Mr. Magnolia featuring Jay Echelon, I believe. Mr. Magnolia, if a mom and pop store is considered a small business, then Mr. Magnolia would be considered a small business in terms of artist in the rap game. He's not mainstream. Some of his works are difficult to find. It's not like mainstream music in terms of just at your fingertips at the click of a button, and maybe a quick subscription, and then boom, voila, you exposed to a whole catalog. So, like we said, you got to dig for a diamond. So the number 3 song is a diamond, and I guarantee you it is located in the rough. So if you're not in the rough and you're looking for Mr. Magnolia featuring Jay Echelon, I believe the name of the song is On My Soul, you're not in the right place. You're gonna have to get in the rough to find this song. Second song, a little easier to find, but not all the way mainstream. The second song, the runner-up, before the drum roll, would be I Love Peaches by Soy Thai Tea. So I Love Peaches by Soy Thai Tea. You can find this one on YouTube. I hadn't heard it on the radio, but it's definitely a feel good song. I love peaches, lighter flavor. And what did 2020 need? And still, I'm not taking anything for granted. We're not done with 2020 yet. What does 2020 need? 2020 needs a lighter feel. Things have just been a little too heavy in 2020. So let's take it easy, relax a little bit, put a big smile on our face, and listen to I Love Peaches by Soy Tai T. Now we can get that drum roll coming to the forefront. A song a lot easier for all of us to enjoy. So, the accessibility definitely propels it to number one. Get Your Knee Off My Neck by Shirley Caesar.
Take your knee off my neck.
So,
Because
number three,
I can't breathe. No.
Mr. Magnolia featuring Jay Echelon, On My Soul. Number two, I Love Peaches by Soy Tai T. And number one, Get Your Knee Off My Neck. So, as we wrap this year up, and definitely wrap this episode of Tarrentino News up, I will express to us one more time, no need to throw new ingredients in the pot at this point. We'll hit the regeneration button for January 1st if we make it all across the finish line. But December 31st, 2020, let's just remember the things that we've covered. Let's just be honest with ourselves at all times. Introspection is what we've been on this last quarter of the year. Look within. Look within. Find your true self. Discover your true self. Uncover your true self. Or if you're in a situation like some of us, recover your true self. You know who you were. You know who you are. And you may have distanced yourself from that by the cares or through the cares of this world, obligations and duties, responsibilities. But just because you have responsibilities, obligations, and duties does not mean you have to abandon your true self. Don't go out like Lieutenant Dan on New Year's Eve. Don't go out like Lieutenant Dan, surrounded by a bunch of folks that smell like cigarettes. As far as Gump said, you ain't got to go out like that. Enjoy, like Ice Cube said, enjoy some time with your relatives and your cousins. Show a little love to your loved ones. Find those people. Don't go out there on a needless search when you got love right around you at home. Maybe not the love you're looking for on a night like this, but that's the love that has been provided. Accept the love that's being provided. Don't go hunting love that does not exist. And I may have never told you this. I love you. So enjoy your day. Look at your year, evaluate yourself, and get ready to be better for the days to come. This has been Tarrentino News, coming at you live from Universal Headquarters in conjunction with Unity the Movement. Peace.